Australia against last year's champions New Zealand, and what a game we have in store. So they are the starting teams. Captain Sarah Goss from New Zealand against Shannon Parry from Australia. There are matchups all over the pitch here, and you just couldn't call this one. So a place in the final against Canada for grabs, and two neighbours who know each other well. There is no love lost between them. Australia trending at home after clinching that series championship with only the Monaco Grand Prix, and the election debate generating more interest. We hear most of the tweets have been from Big Sean Maloney, but we'll take it, KT.
Oh, most definitely. You're looking forward to this one. New Zealand, well, I've been very impressed with the way they've been able to attack from phase play. They're very physical, and I know they're up for this one. Australia, well, passing into space has been a real feature of their play on day one and day two.
So Carlton Anna alongside me in the commentary box, and New Zealand, well, concentration for them here because they have a lot of points to prove and a lot of ground to make up on the basis of this season. Rasta Rasavengi in charge, and we are expecting a cracking game of sevens rugby. New Zealand so impressive last time at Australia. Tony Gatto, one of the form players this year in the series. Fata Simpkins, so accurate with the boots. Just fascinating matchups all over the park, and we have 14 minutes to decide our finalists here. Fata Simpkins gets us underway, and Australia, hesitation, you don't see that too often. Shannon Parry goes to ground, but Sarah Goss, I think, has managed to steal possession, and Williams fires one off the deck. Brazier, Fata Simpkins, two outsider, tries the handoff, but Tony Gatto strong in the tackle and puts her to the ground. Where's that ball? It's come back in the Australian side. Tony Gatto again, trying to click the legs clear, and she's tackled by Kayla McAllister.
Up on the last feet.
Kayla Brazier there, unfortunately not coming from the right side of that ruck area. Australia, I thought from the previous ruck, were pretty lucky to get away. Didn't think they come from the right angle. In these sort of games, that's what you have to do. You have to take your chances. In this girl, if you give her an inch, she will go because she has got electric pace.
Kazlik pulling the strings. Cherry ups for the kick now. Tony Gatto against Portia Woodman. This is going to be interesting. Tony Gatto backing herself, but Woodman has enough gas and a strong handoff to get her out of the way like a dump truck through the middle. And Australia shell-shocked at the strength of Portia Woodman. To say she's a one-trick pony with just pace would be to do her a massive disservice, I can tell you. And Sarah Goss, the captain, needs a bit of support. Tries to go around the outside of Sharni Williams, but tackle goes in. Penalty, New Zealand.
Already can see the physicality that New Zealand try and employ in this game. They're going straight up the middle of the park. Portia Woodman setting the tempo initially. Goes back and picks up their ball. Fends off one. Rodens over the top of another. Get that in ya. And goes for a third. She's hungry.
Alicia Quirk still walking a little bit gingerly after that. We came off Kazlik's leg. Cherry dives on it, but was she offside? In fact,
offside.
It was offside, and it was against Sharni Williams.
That is a huge let-off for New Zealand because there is quite a strong wind that they are running into. All didn't go out, but they get a second nudge at it. Now this is where they've been so proficient at the line out, their set-piece plays.
Keep the gap.
McAllister in that midfield, Woodman outside her. I'm sure that Australia will try and disrupt this line-out, but Sarah Goss is so tall and she got up really well there. McAllister takes it off Brazier. McAllister running across the pitch. Back to Woodman. Look at that for hands. Pritt stick on her fingers, Portia Woodman.
First arriving play.
Australia get the penalty. Quick tap. Cherry to Kazlik. Has Tony Gatto outside. Back inside. Emily Cherry. Little grubber kick through. Race for this one. Tony Gatto. Does it sit up off the knee? Offside.
Front of the kicker.
Offside.
Front of the kicker.
Oh, she has to keep her discipline there, Tony Gatto, because she has got electric pace. She try to get
in front of the kicker.
In front just a little bit. But New Zealand are getting stung at the breakdown, Hugh, at the moment. There's a little chip kick. It must have been marginal at best.
Yeah, tight call. Tony Gatto felt she was just right, and the ball nearly takes out Scott Hastings in the commentary box.
There's no way he was catching that either.
Yeah, time off, please.
Well, Interesting start. Neither side giving an inch, as we expected. Carl, I mean, these two, they know each other inside out.
What adds to it also, a bit of sting that the new Queens of Sevens Australia have dethroned the former champion New Zealand. That would not have gone down well.
Okay, time back on, yep.
Goss making the call. Fata Simpkins going to throw it, and again, it's too much over the top here, and a chance for Polite to run across the pitch. Now Cherry, she's got Tony Gatto outside, her little switch and the scissors back inside comes Tony Gatto. Dump truck tackle from Portia Woodman. Catholic. Any room on this outside now for Australia? Quirk wants to switch. Shannon Parry, the captain, trying to go through Ruby Tui, and there's no way there. Gives away the penalty.
Holding on.
Sarah Goss, great work at the breakdown. She's so good at this area. Australia have got 2 turnovers. Well, this is the work by Portia Woodman. Good going forward, but brutal in defence as well. Look at that. That's how you tackle, ladies.
Brilliant technique. And here's that ball. I tell you, Scott, they've got it in for you. That's twice.
Yep,
it's almost hit Scotty Hastings.
5.
But line out for New Zealand.
Okay.
Well, in this position only moments earlier, Hugh, and it was a missed throw from Fata Simpkins, so now they have to get it right. Pressure by Australia.
I can tell you that Elia Green has just come on for Tony Gatto. She's got that right leg heavily strapped. We saw her earlier on in the break. Didn't seem 100%. That wasn't straight from Fata Simpkins, so Australia will get possession. But Elia Green on the wing against Portia Woodman. That's the matchup we want to see.
Yeah, well, Portia's got rid of one player with her defence, and here again, Australia with the throw. And it's a tough one for Fata Simpkins. I think they have to go closer to the 5 because in this win, it's going to the New Zealand side and it's not straight.
Square and steady, please, yep. Crouch.
Alicia Quirk getting ready to take this one from Kaslik.
Bind.
Defensive duties key for New Zealand now with just less than 2 minutes to go. Nothing to separate them. It's gone down in the scrum.
Both packs just went down. Let's get closer so we don't fall.
This is the first time, Hugh, I've seen Australia really attacked physically in this tournament so far. France did test them, but they just didn't have enough polish to really sustain that for 40 minutes. That's what New Zealand will give this champion Aussie team.
Set. Steady now. Hold. Hold.
Bit of meat in that scrum, isn't there?
Loose head, far side.
And it's against Ruby Tui. Kaslik wastes no time. Cherry, little show and a step around the outside here. McAllister watches her. Here's Green trying to go through 2. But 2 of the best tacklers in the New Zealand team, in McAllister and Woodman, and they get the penalty.
Yeah, she has to be back on her feet, even though she released it earlier. Green, you have to regain your footing. See here, McAllister, nice tackle over the top. Woodman, she's off her feet there. She has to get off her knees.
Play continues, and Ruby Tui tries to go around the outside. Into touch, the flag is up on this near side. And it will be another line out with 1 minute left to play at the end of the first half.
Well, Hugh, I know you do a lot of boxing calls, and this is like a heavyweight matchup, isn't it? Punch and counter punch.
It is, and nobody's gone down yet. They've been trading. Opens the gap, and the Aussies strike first in this semi-final. Shannon Parry, well, she had to do it the hard way, and she touches down underneath the post. Ruby Tui couldn't catch her, and the captain leads the charge at the end of the first half. Brilliant score. Shannon Parry straight underneath the post, and as we were saying, it's been a heavyweight contest. Finally the first blow lands, and it's Australia who've scored the only try of what has been an entertaining and fascinating encounter in the first half. They'll take a 7-0 lead into the break.
Et enfin, la finale, la première finale de la boxe sera entre la Russie et l'Irlande.
Alors, j'espère que vous prenez du plaisir avec le public à être cet après-midi et faire des bons conviés. Allez, si vous prenez du plaisir avec cette équipe de France, toutes les choses pour l'instant, on revoit les drapeaux de l'ambiance dans cette magnifique tribune. Oui!
Et pour rappeler d'ailleurs que pour les régionaux d'étape, il y a le 10 en septembre prochain, il y aura les championnats d'Europe grâce à l'Europe et le comité de le 10 et 11 septembre prochain. Et puis
Last two, you go push this, okay? Awesome. Close it out. Space is out wide,
on est dans cette seconde période. Si vous voulez les demi-finalistes qui vont encore une fois en découvrir cette pelouse, où pour l'instant, c'est l'Australie qui mène face au Black sur le score de 7-0.
Well, apologies for the loss of sound towards the end of the first half there. A couple of technical difficulties which we're hoping to resolve in the next minute or two. Unfortunately, Carl isn't quite mucked up yet, but we'll continue with the second half, and Australia leading by 7 points to 0. Place in the final against Canada up for grabs, and just the one try as Ruby Tui doesn't take her eye off the ball, takes the restart. Fata Simpkins digs one out. Williams tries the offload to Brazier, and now Portia Woodman. Off she goes. Portia with Green in front of her. Skips past that tackle and almost a second. Fitzpatrick out to Williams again. Fata Simpkins to Goss, who's got Tui outside her. New Zealand happy just to go wide and spread that Australian defence into support, and quick ruck ball. Williams again. Good play from New Zealand. Fitzpatrick back to Brazier. And Fata Simpkins again trying to find a gap in the middle. Good tackle from Parry, the try scorer, the captain for Australia. Model of consistency. Goss, Fitzpatrick now 2-on-1 on the outside here. Brazier, Portia Woodman is there. Here she is, Portia Woodman trying to go through and get the hands free. Lovely offload to Fitzpatrick. New Zealand keep it alive inside Australia 22. Lovely pass. Williams, Fata Simpkins. Any room back inside? Show and go from Fata Simpkins. What a tackle from Parry. Back on her feet. Has she ripped the ball? Rasavengi has a look. And happy to let play continue. Australia turn defence into attack in a matter of seconds. Dalton with the pass. Oh, brilliant to Emily Cherry. She's not going to be caught. Emily Cherry. Sarah Goss giving chase. She's almost at her. Emily Cherry's going to turn on the gas to make sure she gets there, and she only just does. What a try. Tired bodies call. KT, what about that? Brilliant score from all the way inside their own 22. Dalton with the step originally to break the gap, and then the pass to Cherry, but she had so much work to do. Sarah Goss, to her eternal credit, almost caught her, and Emily Cherry just about makes the line. Conversion attempt from Dalton, right-footed strike, splits the post, and another two for Australia. It means they lead this one by 14 points to 0. What have New Zealand got left in the tank? To restart. New Zealand need a score, and they've only got 4 minutes left to find one. They have possession though, and it's taken up by Baker. Fitzpatrick and Brazier looks for Portia Woodman. Woodman trying to skip the first tackle. Caslick goes in to make the hit. New Zealand yet to score, and they're 2 tries down. Goss leaves this one. A little bit of hesitation there. Baker, good strong action, and Elliot Green goes in to make the hit. Manuel on the halfway line. Fata Simpkins again. Brazier, little step off the inside. Good strong run from Kelly Brazier.
Rack now! Move, move!
Fitzpatrick needs help on the outside. That one went forward, did it? No, play on. Well, eventually the whistle does go. We have KT back.
Thank you.
What an exciting game we have on our hands. Australia, well, their defence has really stood up in this game. Sarah Goss going up nice and high from that kick, and New Zealand, well, they've had enough possession to win this game, unfortunately for them. Just little mistakes like that. Pass just a little bit behind Hurian Emmanuel, wasn't in front, and those little things make all the difference in these top games.
7.
Well, what have they got left? 3 minutes to try and turn it around here, but they're down by 2 tries, and on the basis of this, Australia deserve their lead.
Yes, indeed. Attack will win your games, but defence will win your tournaments, and that's where Australia really have stood up. They've been tested and asked questions, no doubt, but they've had the answers so far, Hugh.
Bind! Set! Steady! Yes!
McAllister back in for New Zealand after a bit of a break. Caslick, as far as Dalton. Fresh legs on for Australia. Nicole Beck, 2 to bring her down. Goss in to try and rip that ball, and taken by Turner. Caslick again, long looping pass, a dangerous one. Oh, Beck with beautiful hands, and the switch back inside. Great stuff from Australia. Can they finish it off? Back inside from Quirk. Oh, Beck just couldn't hang on to it.
Well, desperation by New Zealand, but it's just the movement of ball into space by this Australian team which makes them so dangerous. When they do that, you ain't able to take out the support players. That's why they're so good. You can see here, the shift into space. Look at this distribution here, Hugh, straight to the arm.
Okay, thank you.
Nice little late cut.
Come, let's go, bind up, time back on.
Under duress, that is brilliant skills.
Okay, crouch. Bind. Set. Steady. Bind the ball, bind the ball.
The feed from Fata Simpkins, out from Brazier. Kelly McAllister. No way through that middle. Look at that. Australia closed the gap straight away. Goss to Woodman. Woodman against Elliot Green. And Nicole Beck. She's got 2 to beat Portia Woodman. She's gone. She is gone. Portia Woodman. They will not catch her from there. Even Elliot Green, the speed machine, can't stop her. And Portia Woodman, well, she might just have saved New Zealand's chances for this tournament.
Well, she's given them an opportunity. That's what she's done. Portia Woodman, one-on-one. Elliot Green gets done on the outside. You don't see this very often, but this girl right on screen, she is 5-star.
This conversion absolutely crucial. Fata Simpkins didn't take her time. Maybe she should have taken us extra a couple of seconds, Carl.
Oh, still a minute to go, but look at this one-on-one. Elliot Green, my best against your best, and look at that technique by Portia Woodman. Good chase to keep it wide, though. Unstoppable sometimes, that girl.
Incredible to watch. And that missed conversion means that they need another 2 tries, New Zealand. If that one had got over, they just needed 1 to tie up. This one's going to hang right on the 10-metre line. Brilliant restart from Fata Simpkins. I mean, you just...
Leave it go! Leave it go!
Precision to get the kick to land right on the 10-metre line. Give your chase runners every chance to get up there and get possession back. McAllister spots the gap. Closed by Emily Cherry. And the ball squirts loose.
She's a tackler, backward.
Possession needed for New Zealand. They've only got 20 seconds. They need a try now. But they don't even have possession. And I think Australia know that that is that.
Desperation defence. Australia have highlighted a threat. That is Kayla McAllister. They've shut her down in the midfield. They know New Zealand like to use her as their launch pad in the first set plays, and they've disrupted it. They haven't been able to get clean ball from the first hit up, New Zealand. Really has put them on the back foot.
It's been the tale of the season, hasn't it? Australia, every time they've come up against their old foes, they've come out on top this year. New Zealand so dominant in recent seasons, but not this year. Kaslik with the feed and the penalty. Well, if they put this one into the stand, that will be that. Save their energy for the final, I'm sure. Emma Tonigado and the captain Shannon Parry look on. Kaslik kicks it out. The final whistle goes, and it is Australia who will go to yet another final in the HSBC Women's World 7 Series. 2 tries enough, both of them converted. Meant New Zealand needed another 2 just to catch them. It hasn't happened for them though, and it's Australia who booked their place in the final against Canada by 14 points to 5.